Marc Raimondi for ESPN at UFC 285 Media Day with UFC Women's Flyweight Champion Valentina Shevchenko. First thing I want to ask you, Valentina, and of course you're defending the title against Alexa Grasso on Saturday here in Vegas. You did your training camp in Japan, and you told me it was the first time you've actually ever been to Japan. So what brought that upon you? Why did you want to do your training camp, your whole camp there in Japan?
Actually, beginning of my training camp, we started in Kyrgyzstan, like my home country, where like my mother has a lot of students because she's president of Kyrgyzstan Muay Thai Federation, and yeah, actually we started over there, and they're amazing training partners. And one of her students, Bigjan Matesayev, he before we traveled to Japan, he won Grand Prix. It was 3 fights in one night, and he won all 3 fights. Amazing victories with like submission, very beautiful, and. I don't know. It just I was wanted to travel to Japan for a long time, and it was on my list always for like as I remember myself. It's like always was like, and everything just played so good, and travel went so smooth. And yeah, me growing up in my youth, I competed in many Japanese martial arts like such as judo, karate. I competed in karate different styles like shotokan, sotoru, kyokushinkai. So it definitely I wanted to see kind of like motherland of all these martial arts. um, about a month we trained in Japan in Paraistra Kashiwa gym. I had as a training partners like champions of rising, champions of deep promotion, girls, boys, and it was amazing, very strong. And I'm happy because it was kind of like all my weight class. Usually I have struggled to find like same weight training partners, and there it's kind of like yeah, everyone.
What was the experience just like in Japan and Tokyo like in general?
In general, I very enjoyed it. Enjoy because it's a country full of traditions, full of cultures that they keep it. No matter how modern world is it right now, they keep their traditions, and it's kind of like amazing. But you know, in the same time, I didn't feel myself kind of like in a new place when something new, and you kind of like cannot adjust, adapt to this culture. Maybe because I was born in Kyrgyzstan and we share kind of like similar Asian traditions, and I travel a lot like in Thailand, and it's all Asian countries, and that's why for me it was kind of like everything natural. They have special approach to speak with someone, right? Same in Kyrgyzstan, for example. I never we have two forms, like one it's you, and actually second one it's polite when you are saying to older people, or kind of like with a lot of respect. And in my when I speak in Kyrgyzstan, I never say to someone older than me just you. I will every time say like this polite version, and I just feel comfortable that way. I feel it's kind of like putting the ranks like between people, and sometimes it's very important because not every time you have to say like, okay, my buddy, let's go drink some beer. You can do it with your friends, but if someone is kind of like older, even just 2 3 years, you have to have like this type of rankings.
So Antonina was getting the polite language.
Forever. She has it forever, every time. This is the structure how like Kyrgyzstan families live, and if like a younger person and older sister or brother, you are younger, you will do all the homework like cleaning or like doing all these things. Yeah, it's your like destiny.
Best thing you ate in
In
Tokyo?
Japan, best thing. Yakiniku. It's like grilled, not grilled,
Barbecue.
yeah, barbecue on the stones. I enjoyed it. Sushi, I would say it's good, but here in America it's also good. So
Better in Japan
it's better
though,
in
right?
Japan because in Japan, I very enjoyed with udon, ramen, and yeah, in general, I could not like, for example, go deeply into the food experience because of training camp and trainings, but I enjoyed what I had.
Tell me a little bit about Alexa Grasso. I feel like lately you've fought a lot of women who want to grapple with you, who want to try to take you down, who are grapplers, and Alexa is a great boxer. Is that a breath of fresh air in some ways because you're a striker and you kind of know where the fight might take place?
For me, it doesn't matter because I'm MMA fighter. I kind of like, no matter what I have to do for the victory, I will do it. Striking good, wrestling good, ground good. It's everything good for me. That's why it's kind of like it's not fresh breeze air for me. No, not at all. Yes, definitely, she's a striker, but we're gonna fight MMA.
What do you think her strengths and weaknesses are?
She's very good fighter. She's strong fighter, and yeah, definitely she has all these recent victories. That's why she's contenders. That's why UFC put her as a contender for this fight. And yeah, it's kind of like. What you are saying every time when you have a game plan, you never share it before the fight. Actually, that's why I know her weak points. I know her fears, and I will just use it, and I will not tell it like in advance because I wanna kind of like use it for me.
You know her fears.
Of course, I know, and she knows it.
I'm very curious now.
You will know it in the fight. You will
Okay.
notice that.
Okay, fair enough. I want to ask something real quick. Do you consider yourself an ambassador for women in the sport of MMA?
I hope so. It would be like it will be an honor for me. It's something like I think it's the best thing what every athlete can feel if some like in other part of the world, little girl or boy, they kind of like look up to you and want to be like you. It's the most like amazing thing what can happen with everyone.
I want to ask you quick about Erin Blanchfield because just a few weeks ago, right here in the UFC Apex, she had a really big win over Jessica Andrade, who you have fought previously. I know you've said in interviews that maybe maybe she's not quite there yet as far
Oh,
as.
she's not there yet. Yeah, she's not there yet. It's definitely. I know she's trying to use her platform and build up her name and whatever because this is her time. She got this amazing victory against like big name Jessica Andrade. But yeah, definitely we don't have to forget about Jessica Andrade. She took the fight 1 week notice. She traveled from Brazil with the all like time change and everything. And definitely she was not, as I mentioned, I don't think that she even trained for this fight. That's why it's kind of like it's different. You are fighting top level fighter, but not in the top form of this fighter. So kind of like this is effective. But yeah, happened what happened. But looking her techniques, look at her like approach to the fight, her like feeling of the distance. Oh, it's so much work to do yet.
You were not impressed by her performance?
It was like the best thing of the performance. It was a rare naked choke, and I didn't see any kind of like trying to prevent this choke from Jessica. She was kind of like feel. In my opinion, she felt a little bit tired, and she wanted like, okay, I got my money and gonna enjoy my life.
The original opponent was Tyler Santos for Blanchfield, and you fought Tyler last fight. And some people said that after that fight, it almost seemed like Valentina is human. She's almost a human. Not like just a monster who dominates everyone. Are you indeed a human?
This is what I was thinking. Like I'm a human, but different type of human who can deal with the fears, with the nerves, with all this like pressure. Human who can deal with any difficult situations and put herself over on top, because this is the difference between champion and challenger. Challenger will break. They never will like go forward. They never like any struggle situation. I'm not saying about all challengers. I'm saying about type of the person. So they never will be there. But the champion, no matter how difficult the situation, will find the solution to have hands raised up again.
Fair enough. Last thing I wanted to ask you, John Jones is coming back on this card, and he's moving up to heavyweight and fighting for the heavyweight title. And the reason why I want to bring that up is because I think I ask you this every single time that we speak, but Amanda Nunes, 135-pound title. You only have 2 losses in the UFC, and they're both to Nunes. Is that fight going to happen at some point, that third fight?
I really believe so. I think it's gonna happen, and I think like for this fight, definitely I will have to build up a little bit my muscles, yeah, because competing for a long time in flyweights, it's got me a little bit smaller. Now having worked like a little bit more for this, and. But I truly believe it's gonna happen. Right time, right place, right opponent. It's gonna be huge for the history for female MMA in general. And yeah, I don't know. I want to like overpass like. The fight what is waiting for me on the Saturday, but I know I feel kind of like 2023 it's pretty good year. 30 years UFC, 30 years celebrating me as a martial artist. Like, yeah, let's see how's everything playing out.
So you can go back to Japan, you can eat all that food that you wanted to eat, and you can bulk up for 135 pounds for later this year. How about that?
If it would be so easy, I would be happy. But it's more about not only about the food. You can gain like even more than 135 with the food. But
I'm very aware of that. Thank you very much.
and I'm sorry, not you. I meant me.
I'm owning up to it. I was in Japan in January, and I ate a lot of food there.
How long you were there?
2 weeks, 15 days.
2 weeks. I were 1 month. Yeah. In 2 weeks, yeah, I would say you pretty can go like up to 20 pounds, right? Over there with the food. Can you?
I don't know. Maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, I think like the next time when I already will be scheduled for a fight, 135, and we will put our like how is that bets, who's gonna do more weight in the certain amount of time.
I think I'll have you beat there. Don't worry.
Okay, I will not compete there.
Thank you, Valentina. I appreciate it. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.